Hi, I'm Scott. In this video, I'm going to show you how to install a Light Up Marquee in your Arcade1UP Gen 1 cabinet. In this case, I'll be installing the Light Up Marquees in my Asteroids cabinet and my Centipede cabinet. This video is part of a series of videos I've created on my YouTube channel about the Arcade1UP cabinets. Arcade1UP Generation 1 cabinets, they didn't come with a Light Up Marquee. They just came with these pieces of wood with graphics on them. In the Gen 2 cabinets, they started to be released with the Light Up Marquee. Arcade1UP was slow to respond to customer demands. To fill this void, entrepreneurs, third-party creators, they started developing these add-on kits where you could add a Light Up Marquee to your Gen 1 cabinet, such as your Centipede, or your Asteroids, or your Rampage, or a whole series of other cabinets. In this case, I chose to purchase one of those third-party vendor Light Up Marquees, and I'm going to show you how to install it, how easy it is to install, and what the cabinet looks like after the Light Up Marquee is installed. This video focuses on the third-party Light Up Marquee that I purchased from Angel Otero of Thisability. And I'll be doing this in both my Asteroids cabinet and my Centipede cabinet. Alright, let's get started. Alright, we'll go ahead and do the unboxing here. It's taped really well together by Angel. So I'll cut through a lot of this video. I'll just show you when I get done with the undoing all this packaging. Alright, let me get started with saying Angel did an excellent job of taping this. There's no way I was going to lose anything in shipping. So we open this, and here is, this is my first impression. I have not seen this. This is my lighted marquee for Asteroids. There's actually two in there. You probably can't see it too well, but I'm assuming my Centipede is in there. We'll pull that open in a second. Here is my, when I say this, I know what this is for, but I don't know how to install it yet. We'll show you that. But this is how you connect it to the power on your on-off switch in the control panel. One of these goes to the Light Up Marquee, and this goes to your power somewhere else. Not exactly sure. We'll show that in the video. That's for Asteroids, and this will be for the Centipede. And in this package, we get some more splitters and wiring, and we get some stickers from Otero. Let's see what we get. Let's see if I can show you this. It says, "Thank you, Thisabilityupgrades." So this card is just a small gesture of thanks for purchasing my product. You are greatly appreciated. Please understand this product was designed by an angel, not a saint. Hope you enjoy. Offer very useful tips on my YouTube channel, Thisability. I can also be reached on my Facebook, Angel Otero Jr. All right, looking good. That's an extremely nice touch. That's called a personal touch. Got another decal. So, and then see what else we get in here. All right. Once again, I got two of these in here, so everything's gonna be double. These are the new screws for Asteroids and the Centipede. The cabinet sides are shorter than what is with the cabinet right now. Here's two splitters, one for each cabinet, and I forget what these are for, but we'll find out during the installation, but one for each cabinet. All right, looking good. We're done with the unboxing. Did I say we were done with the unboxing? I don't think so, Scott. We missed the most important part. Let me get the bubble wrap off of these things and check them out. All right, once again, packaging, excellent. This bubble wrap, it was a little intense to get off, so Angel ain't messing around when he packages this stuff. So, we'll finish getting the bubble wrap off. Goodness gracious. This is first class packaging, people. If you want to know how to package something, get one of these. All right. Woo. Nice. That's even kind of dark here because I'm filming. It may look bright to y'all, but can't imagine. There we go. Upside down, of course. There's Asteroids. Nice. And it's got black on all four sides. Not sure what that's all for, the white thing. Oh, that's my LED strips. All right. And here is the centipede. Nice. And here's the back of it. And there's the LED strip for it too. All right. Now we're done with the unboxing. Now we can move on to the installation. All right, let me do a quick comparison of, here's the Light Up Marquee. This is the wood one. So it's roughly the same size. I'll put it in there, the height and width. I'll put it down here, try to get the glare off. The font here is just a little bit shorter. I think it's because you're going to have these borders, the black borders around it, so they shrank the whole picture a little bit, so you still see everything. Like here's the planet up here, and it's cut off on the Arcade1UP, but you see the whole planet down here. So there's some small subtleties to the graphics. Here is the sun ring goes at the very top. Here you see the whole thing. So, I mean, you wouldn't notice any of this stuff unless you had these things side by side. So none of this is anything to complain about. All right, in this segment we're comparing the centipede. Now this centipede, the wood one on the original Arcade1UP, it's a lot greener, lime green even, right? And this one is more like just green. And everything looks darker here. And I think the reason we're going to find out is once we put the LED light and light this up, it's going to look correct. Where this one looks like, it would look like it's lit up. And this one, I think, will brighten up just like this once it's lit up. I think that's what the artwork they're going for, is it's dark when it's not lit up, but when it is lit up, it'll be lighter like that. All right, I removed a total of 4 screws, 2 on each side, a screw here and a screw here. So I took those 4 screws out, and then I was able to pull the cabinet apart to remove the H panel. And it's a tight fit, but you just got to pull it apart ever so slightly to get the H panel out. All right, up next, I'm going to remove these 2 screws, and this will remove the current static marquee with the monitor panel. All right, I removed the 2 screws, and that disconnected the marquee, the fixed marquee, which is an Arcade1UP is a B panel, from the A panel, which is your screen. That's the back of your monitor. And so I have this on the desk, my workbench. So I just got to remove these 3 screws. And then this piece here, I'm going to reattach to Angel's. Okay, I removed that little lip piece from part B of the Arcade1UP, which is the hardwood marquee. And then I attached it with those 3 screws to the backside of Angel Otero's lighted marquee. Okay, now we're going to put this back into the cabinet. But if you notice, there's only 1 screw hole here. That's where we're going to use these screws that Angel provided, because we don't use the dowels to put it back in the cabinet. We use that middle screw hole, and we're going to use shorter screws than what's with the Arcade1UP cabinet, so that when we screw it in here, it doesn't come all the way through here and create a shadow. So I'll go ahead and screw these 2 into the cabinet, and then I'll attach these 3 screws back into the monitor. Okay, I've successfully installed his lighted marquee. Here's the 2 screws that attach the lighted marquee bracket brace to the A panel or the monitor panel. And then the side ones, I've attached these, but they're loose, because you gotta remember, I still gotta spread this apart to put the H panel in. So once I put the H panel in, I'll tighten this screw down and this screw down, both on both sides of the cabinet. All right, we're at the front of the cabinet. I removed the 4 screws that are on the control panel, the clear plastic acrylic that protects my control panel. You flip it up. This is a cool part. This is what we're going to do. We're going to mess with the electronics, so that when you press the power button, not only does your game come on, the monitor comes on, but this lighted marquee is going to come on all at the same time. So to do that, you find the power plug on here. And the power plug will have a black and a red. One's ground, one's 5 volt. So here's the black and red wires, and it's right there. I pulled mine out. The thing to note here is that the black is on top and red's on the bottom. So ground's on top, 5 volts on the bottom. So I pulled that off the plug. Right there, you can see it. Okay, to make this happen with the power, this is what Angel sent us. I'm going to disconnect this connector. This short piece, I'm going to plug in to this brownish orange board. And then this other piece, I'm going to plug in this connector that I pulled off. And that's how we're going to connect the power up. All right, so I got it connected now. So here's a little dongle. And there's my black wire on the top, red on the bottom. And then here's where the O connector is now connected to the splitter that Angel provided. So I have 5 volt coming off of that, 2 different things. All right, I'm at the back of the cabinet. I took the door off. So you can see this is where the door, the power from the wall will come into the door. This is the Arcade1UP cable. Comes up through here. And we are connecting to this splitter. And the splitter came from that power cable that we just installed into the control panel. Now the other splitter, that comes up. This other splitter comes up and it will connect to a short black splitter that was provided by Angel. And one end of that will go to the PCB. And the other end will go to an extension cord. The extension cord will come up and that will connect to your LED light strip in the cabinet. All right, in this video I'm just showing you, here's where I attach the LED strip. It's got 2 sticky pads right here and right here. And I just pretty much, based on the edge of this, I lined it up left and right, and then it's all the way back on the white. And so that's what it looks like. And that should give us enough light, far enough away for the light to cover the whole thing. So I'll go ahead and put the H panel back on, tighten the screws on the side, put my cabinet back on, and we'll give it a shot, see what happens. All right, here we go, the moment of truth. Let's turn it on. Hope everything works. Oh, right there, there's the light. All right, good deal. Oh, now my monitor's coming on with the program, so that means I got the 5 volt to my PCB correct. I got the 5 volts to my, or the high voltage to my monitors correct, and the 5 volts up to the Light Up Marquee. So everything looks good. Look at that. And I got all those gains where I got my PCB flashed by Very Sneaky. That's awesome. So that looks fantastic. Good job, Angel. So right now, this looks so much better than it does on the video that you're watching, because this looks all washed out. This looks awesome. I can tell you right now, this is worth 60 bucks. So look at the difference between the Centipede and the Rampage and this Vibrant. Oh man, the Light Up Marquee. Good job. Oh, way to go, Angel. I'm looking forward to having one put in my Centipede now. Fantastic. Okay, in this video, I've showed you how I installed the Light Up Marquee from Angel into my Asteroids cabinet. For this next part of the video, I'm going to show you how I install Angel's Light Up Marquee into my Centipede cabinet. I'm going to do it a little bit different this way. I'm going to be more instructional, like step 1, do this, step 2, do this, and I'll take pictures and video. So we'll see which way is a little bit easier for you to learn and see how this is done on these Gen 1 cabinets, how I filmed it for the Asteroids cabinet, or how I'm going to film it and document it for this Centipede cabinet. All right, you remove the power from the wall to your cabinet, and then we're going to remove, in my case, 2 screws, and I'll remove this back panel. All right, now that I've removed the back panel from the cabinet, I'm going to go ahead and remove this Arcade1UP power supply from the PCB. And now I can put the back of the cabinet aside. All right, now we're in the process. We're going to remove this top panel, or the H panel. These 2 screws, I'll show you in a second, that hold the marquee in. Those are going to come all the way out, and the 2 screws right here in the back, they're going to be loosened up. We'll spread this apart, and this will come loose. Okay, so everything I'm going to show you on this side, I'm going to do on the other side. All right, this screw comes out. This will be replaced by a short screw provided by Angel. And then this screw, I'm just going to loosen up. And then I'll do that on the other side. Okay, I removed the 2 screws from the marquee. And then I've loosened these 2 screws up. So now I can pry this apart and I can remove this H panel. And it comes out just like that. So one tip when you go to put this back in later on, you got this cutout edge. On the Arcade1UP, this is at an angle. At Angel's, it's not on an angle, but that's not too big a deal. But make sure you put this lip inside that groove up there whenever you put it together. And then these sides, of course, will fit in the slots in the side of the cabinet. All right, now we're going to remove these 2 screws that connect the monitor panel, the A panel, to the marquee, which is the B panel. Okay, at this point, we're going to be able to remove the wooden marquee from the cabinet front. So I'm just going to slightly pull this apart, and it comes out just like that. The wooden dowels right there, they were inside of the cabinet. You just pull the cabinet apart a little bit so these dowels slip out. So we've removed our wooden marquee. Now the next step is this piece right here, this bottom piece. You got to remove this, and we're going to attach it to Angel's plastic lighted marquee. So to do that, I'm going to just loosen these 3 screws, pull this white part, this little part off, and then I'm going to screw it back into Angel's marquee, and then I'll come back. Okay, I've installed this little piece, a little white section. I removed it from the old wooden marquee from Arcade1UP, and I installed it on Angel's marquee that will be lighting up from the rear. Once again, that's with 3 screws. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. Now we're going to install this back in the cabinet. So the trick here is there's 3 holes or notches on each side of your cabinet, 2 for the dowels and 1 for the screws. We're not going to use those long screws that came in the cabinet. We're going to use the screws that were provided by Angel. And these are the shorter ones, and that will go in the middle hole, and that'll hold the marquee stable. And then we'll come back and we'll screw these 2 screws into the wooden thing, and that'll secure everything up. So I'll come back when I get that done. Okay, I've successfully screwed the 2 side screws in to the lighted marquee. Now be careful, don't tighten them. These things still need to be wide enough to slip the H panel in. I just got them tight enough where I know that they're making connection, and a couple turns. And then I screw these 2 screws in. These you need to screw in sequence. Don't screw all the way one in and not the other. It's like screw them in together. And then you want to pull the white piece close to this board right here that the monitor is attached to, because you want that gap. You want them to come down like that where there's no gap, because you don't want any light bleed to go down. So make sure that's together. Take your time and screw a little bit here on the right, screw a little bit on the left, a little bit on the right, a little bit on the left, and pull that stuff together. Okay, later on, once we put the top panel in, we'll tighten the screws up here on the top left. We'll pull the cabinet in tight to this, and we'll also tighten these side screws. Those will be like the last things we do. All right, for this next portion, I'm going to go from the back of the cabinet to the front of the cabinet, and I need to access the encoder, the actual power plug on the encoder on the underside of the control panel. So I'm going to remove the 4 screws, lift this up, remove the plastic piece that's covering all this, and then I'll show you where the power port is for on the encoder when I get to that point. Okay, I removed the 3 screws on top, 3 screws on the bottom. There's also a gray connector down here that I removed, and now I can remove this plastic piece. Okay, this gives me access to the encoder board, and we're looking for the power wire. It's our power plug, and it's actually marked with the word power. And I'll take the camera off. It's going to have a black lead and a red lead to it for the ground and power, and I'll get you a closer view. All right, here we are looking at the power. There's the power plug right there, the third one. So speaker, volume, power. Look at the encoder board. And there's the red wire and the black wire. And let's notice the orientation. So red's on top, black's on the bottom. And I'll pull those out. Those are tricky. Take your time, don't pull it all apart. It's got a little pinch connector right there that will help you get them apart. All right, I've got the power connector removed. This is the Y splitter with the black and red cables provided by Angel. We're going to disconnect this piece right here in this short cable. This is the dummy cable. We're going to take that piece out and we're going to plug it into the encoder board right there in the power port. Okay, so I got the little dummy plug. And remember we said be cognizant of the wires. Mine is going to be red on top. So I just come down here into the power port right there. And I'm trying to film this at the same time I'm putting it in. And I'm not being very successful. I'll come back once I push it in because I'm going to use 2 hands to do it. All right, I'm back. So I got the little pigtail, the dummy wire plugged in all the way. Now I'm going to take this power cable. Notice it's black and red. And I'm going to plug it into the other end that was attached to this dummy cable or pigtail from Angel. And we're going to attach these two together right here. And I can't do that with one hand and hold the camera. And then I'll come back to you. Okay, I made the connection. Just notice how the black wire lines up with the black and the red wire lines up with the red in the connection. At that point, we're done here on the encoder board. So that's attached our splitter. And so I just put that through there. And we're going to turn the cabinet back around. I'll put all this down. I won't attach the black piece back here until I know everything's working. And I'll do that at the end. I won't even show you in this film to do that. Just know that I put this piece back on at the very end once I know everything's working. So we'll put the control panels down and we'll go back to the back of the cabinet. All right, we moved to the back of the cabinet again. Now we're going to start routing the 5 volts. So you have the power coming in from the cabinet, from the wall, and it connects into the PCB right here. And here, just pretend this splitter, once again, this is given to you by Angel when you purchase it. So at this bottom of the splitter is the power from the Arcade1UP power supply. Okay, that's coming from the wall, attaches to the back of the cabinet panel, the back panel, then comes through the back panel. It's going to connect into here. And one of these 2 splitters is going to go right in here to the PCB. Okay, so this other splitter, so one side goes to the PCB, this other splitter for the short black cable is going to go to one of the sides on this red and black that we attached to the control panel. And that's going to send 5 volts up to the control panel. And then when we have this last one left, this is going to send power up to the LED strip. But you'll notice that's right here, and the LED strip is way up here at the top. So Angel also provides an extension cable. So we plug that in. Like so. And now we have our extension cable that we will run up to the strip up here that we will plug in our LED light strip, and that's how we'll provide power to the LED light strip. Okay, so the next piece of this film, I'm going to show you how to install the LED light strip. Okay, so here's the LED light strip that Angel provides. Here's the power cord. This is kind of critical. This little black piece right here, that will help us align this light strip left and right. So if you come too far over here this way, you'll have all kinds of room over here, but the light won't be centered on the glass. But if you bring it almost to where this wire is touching this board, it will almost make this thing sit perfectly. So that's how you want to line it up. And then this little relief, this cable guide, and I'll show you a closer picture of that. You want that to release the pressure off of this point up here. So we'll mount it like that, and that'll release all the pressure, and it won't be trying to pull the light stick like this. Now the light sticks, they got a sticky right here. There's 1 and 2. I'll remove that and I'll put it on here, and I'll attach this cable routing thing, and I'll provide power to it, and I'll come back and show you. Now also, before I do that, I'm lining it up between this board, the monitor board, and the white board. Where those meet, that's how far back I'm pulling it toward the camera. And I'll show you a close-up of that later. But that will let the light spread more evenly on the back of the graphics that Angel provided. So it's back all the way to touching this, and it mounts to that white board that is connected to the lighted marquee. All right, you think we're finished, but we're not. And that's because at one point I made a mistake. If you wired everything up like I told you to, and then you went on and turned the machine on, something's gonna happen. One, you don't have to turn the machine on. As soon as you plug it in, the machine's gonna start booting up. So, and then if you turn the switch on, then the light will come on. So what happens, I wired the PCB directly to the 5 volts instead of going into the switch. So let me tell you quickly how this should be wired. Okay, so here is the cable, the Arcade1UP cable coming in from the wall, from the back of the cabinet, I'm sorry. So the wall cable comes into here. Here's your back of the cabinet, Arcade1UP cable, and it plugs into one of the leads of the black and white cable coming from your control panel. All right, so here's that splitter. The other lead comes up into that little black, and once again, this red and white cable is provided by Angel. And then it comes into a splitter that's also provided by Angel. That's the short black splitter. So one end goes to the black and white cable from Angel. And the other end, it goes into the PCB. And then the other end goes to the extension cord that goes up to your LED light, okay? Right here. It's got the 90-degree angle plug in it. So there's your extension cord coming down to the black Y cable, Y splitter. The other end's going to the PCB. The other end's going to the black and white cable that goes to the back of your monitor, or back of your control panel, which is a Y splitter. And part of that Y splitter will get plugged into the cable that comes from the back panel that has your 5 volts. At that point, you're ready to go. All right, now we got all the wiring set up right. It's time to go ahead and put the H panel or the top back in. I'll put that in. I'll make sure that the top goes in these cutouts of the lighted marquee, and then I'll screw both the screws on both sides and pull that together. I'll put the back panel back in, and we'll plug it in and we'll give it a shot. Okay, got the H panel, the top back installed. Remember, I had to get it under the ridge line in the lighted marquee, and I had to get it in the slots on the side of the cabinet. It took a little finagling, but if you have these screws loose, you can move all the pieces around and it'll fit like a puzzle. Then I tightened the 2 screws on the lighted marquee, and I tightened the 2 side screws, the 2 back screws here, and then I put on the back panel and I screwed it in. Now I'm going to put it back in place, plug in the power cord at the bottom down there, and then we'll flip the on switch and see what happens. All right, here we go. We've got the Asteroids lighted marquee going. Now this is going to be our first test of the Centipede. So here goes the on. Oh, there it is. Beautiful. See if the game boots up. The game's booting up. That means I got my 5 volt going to the PCB right. So there it is. And let me tell you, that looks, you can't see it in the video right there. Those two things look washed out. I'm telling you, live they look beautiful. They're beautiful. Angel, there you go. There's 2 for the centipedes. 2 thumbs up. 2 thumbs up for the asteroids. They look fantastic. Definitely worth, those were 60 bucks a pop. They were definitely worth the money. Wow, I just can't believe, really I cannot believe how good that looks. That's unbelievable. All right, way to go, Angel. At this point in time, in the spring of 2021, Arcade1UP is now offering Light Up Marquees on their website. And their price is $80, but that includes shipping and handling. And that's about $20 more than Angel's third-party Light Up Marquee. They have the power on-off switch at the top of the unit. And they look good. I'm not going to knock on them, but the one thing that's bad about them is they're a little bit too tall. They stick out, the bottom of them sticks out a little bit past the profile of the cabinet. So a lot of people don't like that, including me. You know, I like to have the original product from the vendor, but they're a little pricey and it just is not perfect. You know, I've got those Light Up Marquees from the Pac-Man and the Star Wars from Arcade1UP, and those are perfect, where the replacement Light Up Marquees are not perfect. Now, there's several third-party vendors out there that also provide Light Up Marquees, such as Angel Otero on Thisability, the Game Factory, Arcade1UP, and Do-It-Yourself Retro Arcade. Now, Angel Otero, that's the product I bought. It's $60 plus free shipping and handling, and it comes with all those cables, all the screws you need. Everything you need is included in his package. Now, to power that marquee, Light Up Marquee on-off, that he gives you where it's associated with the control panel on-off switch. Me personally, that's exactly what I was looking for. That's exactly what I wanted. So in my description of this video, I'll put a link to his Facebook and his email address, and you can reach out to him that way if you want to order something from him. I'll also have links to install videos by P-Dub and Console Kits if you want to see how somebody else installs his Light Up Marquee. Another third-party vendor is Do-It-Yourself Retro Arcade. Their product is $55 plus shipping and handling. I'm not exactly sure how they do their power on-off. If you know, put that in the comments below. In my description of this video, I'll put a link to their website address and also a link to an installation video. Another third-party vendor is the Arcade Game Factory. His product is $50 plus shipping and handling. The power on-off switch is handled just like Angel's, where it's connected into the control panel on-off switch. And he also gives you a remote control to control the brightness and the color of the LED. Once again, in the description of this video, I'll put links to his website. And finally, there's the Arcade1UP product, and its sister company is Game Room Solutions, so you might have heard of them that way. His Light Up Marquee is $60, and it includes free shipping and handling. It actually has a toggle switch to turn the light on and off. And in the description of this video, I'll put a link to his website. Now this video, it isn't about comparing all the products from the different third-party vendors, as I don't have the experience with their products to adequately compare them or critique them. So it wouldn't be fair to you or to them for me to make any comments. All I can tell you is what I've worked on, and that's Angel's, and I've been exposed to the Arcade1UP Light Up Marquees that come with their cabinets from the factory. To be perfectly honest with you, I've heard good reviews about all of them. I was just about to order from the Arcade Game Factory when Console Kits released his YouTube video reviewing Angel Otero's Light Up Marquee. So I decided at the last minute, literally, to go with Angel. Now I'll have in the description of this video link to Console Kits review of Angel's Light Up Marquee, a link to Cool Toys review of the Arcade Game Factory versus the Arcade1UP Light Up Marquees, and I'll have a link to the Arcade1UP Light Up Marquee installation by a YouTuber and a link to a Game Factory Light Up Marquee installation by a YouTuber. Alright, that wraps up this video showing you how to install the Light Up Marquee from Angel Otero from Thisability into a Gen 1 Arcade1UP cabinet, my Asteroids cabinet, and my Centipede cabinet. Hopefully this video helps you understand the options available to you to add a Light Up Marquee to your Arcade1UP cabinet. Let me know in the comment section below if you've installed a Light Up Marquee into your Arcade1UP cabinet, who the third-party vendor was, and if you're happy with the product and service. Keep watching my YouTube channel to catch my upcoming videos on other Arcade1UP cabinet topics. For automatic updates when I add content to my YouTube channel, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Click on that red subscribe button and ring that bell. If you like this video, then click on the thumbs up button. If you dislike this video, then click on the thumbs down button. Please leave any positive feedback you have in the comment section below. Alright, thanks for watching. Now go play some classic arcade games.